Welcome back. This is Gateway 101. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why is it important to wash your nostrils with warm water at least twice daily. Why is it important for you to wash your nose twice daily? Okay, so remember, we places more emphasis on prevention because we strongly believe that prevention is what better than cure. So this is Gateway 101. So without wasting much of your time, we're gonna get into today's business, okay? Okay, so let's start. Why is it important for you to wash your nose? Okay, so so, so washing because remember we place it more emphasis on prevention because we strongly believe that prevention is what is better than cure. So without wasting much of your time, we're going to be talking about why is it important for you to wash your nostril. I would say that washing your nostril with warm water, often called nostril raising, okay, can be helpful for a short of people, for a lot of people, especially if you deal with dust, allergies, cold, or sinus problem. Doing it twice daily is often recommended because it keeps the nasal passage clean and moist. Here's why it is important to wash your nostril. Okay, so one, it clears out mucus and trap dirt. Do not forget that your nose filters the air you breathe. Okay, so it collects dust, pollen, smoke particles, and germs. Okay, so resin help flush this out so your nose stay cleaner. Please do not forget to subscribe to Gateway 101. Subscribe and share this video. Okay, we're talking about why it is necessary to clean our nose at least twice daily. And we are saying that your nose filters the air you breathe, so it collects dust, pollen, smoke particles, and germs. So raising help flush this out so your nose stay cleaner. So please do not forget to subscribe and share this video. Do not forget to subscribe and share. Two, raising or washing your nose reduces nasal congestion. Warm water losing thick mucus, making it easier for you to breathe. This is really helpful if you have a cold, you have sinuses, you have allergy, you have stiff nose. So raising your nose with warm water will loosen this thick mucus and making it easier for you to breathe. This is really helpful. So if you have a cold, you have sinuses, you have allergy, you have stiff nose, okay? It also helps prevent infection. This is my emphasis here. Because when you have cold and you have this stiff nose, it traps a lot of germs. Okay, it traps a lot of germs. So and you have a lot of infections. Okay, so frequent. So when you raise your nose with warm water, it helps prevent infection. When uh, when mucus build up, bacteria and viruses can multiply in your nose. So regular raising help reduce the chance of sinus infection, ongoing nasal inflammation, Okay, it also help keep the nasal lining moist. Dry nasal can lead to irritation. It can also cause clustering or even nosebleed. So warm water help loosen and hydrate the nasal passageway. Okay, it also improve breathing and comfort. So many people feel immediate relieved after raising because airflow improves. Okay, so it also support natural nose cleaning. Please subscribe to this channel, Gateway 101. Subscribe and likes. Subscribe and likes. Thanks so much. Subscribe and like. Okay, so when you clean your nose, it helps improve breathing and comfort. So many people feel immediate relief after raising because airflow improves. Okay, it also supports natural nasal cleaning. So when you wash your nose with warm water, your nose has tiny hair, cilia, that move mucus on out that move mucus out naturally. Okay, so raising your nose with warm water support this cleaning system. Please do not forget to subscribe to Gateway 101. Thank you so much. Subscribe and share. Subscribe and share. Gary, thank you so much. Kings, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Yeah, I need a donation, King. That would be great. Thank you so much, King. So just subscribe and share. Subscribe and share, okay? That will go a long way. Thank you so much, King. So, important safety note. So, don't use plain tap water unless it has been boiled or cold. Because the reasons are, or use sterile distilled water. Tap water can really contain harmful organisms, so it's recommended to use a boiled water that is cold, that is a little bit warm, so that you can wash your nose. Because tap water seems to contain a lot of harmful organisms. Okay. Also, avoid raising too often, more than 2 to 3 times daily, unless advised by a doctor, because over raising may cause dryness. Okay, please do not forget to subscribe to Gateway 101. Do not forget to subscribe and share. Subscribe and share. Okay, so for those of you, Gary, I'm going to recap again because I see you are just joining us. King, I see you are just joining us. So let me, yeah, so let me go back and recap. Okay, let's recap. We are talking about why it is important for us to wash our nose with warm water. Okay, so I will say that um, washing your nose with warm water, often called nasal rinsing, can be helpful for a lot of people. Okay, I will say that especially if you deal with dust, allergies, cold, or sinus problem. So doing it twice daily is often recommended because it keeps the nasal passageway clean and moist. We also say that it also cleans out mucus and trap dust. So your nose filter the air you breathe. Okay, so it collects dust, pollen, smoke particle, and germs. Okay, and so raising your nose with warm water, it flushes out so your nose stay cleaner. Okay, so it reduces nasal congestion. The warm water losing the thick mucus that is built up in your nose. Warm water loses it up, so making it easier for you to breathe. So this is usually helpful if you have cold, you have sinuses, you have allergy, you have stiff nose. raising your nose also help prevent infection. And I said that this is my emphasis because when you have a stiff nose or you have cold, you have this mucus that is built up in your nose. It is a bleeding ground for germs. Yeah, if you have if you have a stiff nose, especially during this cold period, your nose become a breeding ground for germs, for bacteria and viruses. Okay, so flushing your nose with warm water or raising your nose with warm water, it helps prevent this virus or bacteria from multiplying. Okay, so regular raising help reduce the chances of sinus infections, ongoing nasal inflammations. Okay, it also keep the nose lining moist. The nasal lining, washing your nose with warm water also keep it moist. So dry nose can lead to irritation, clustering, or even nosebleed. So warm water helps smoothing and hydrating nasal passage. Okay, so we also talk about it improve breathing and comfort. So many people feel immediate relief after raising their nose because airflow improves. Okay, airflow improves. So it supports natural nasal cleaning. So your nose has tiny hair, cilia, that move mucus out naturally. Okay, so raising your nose with warm water support this cleaning system. Okay, so it is also important to know, important safety note. Don't use plain tap water unless it is boiled and cold. Okay, or use sterile distilled water. Tap water can really contain harmful organisms. So it is recommended you use a distilled water, warm distilled water, to raise your nose at least twice daily. So that helps flush out all that mucus that is built up. It also open up your sinuses. Okay, remember that the mucus, if you don't flush your nose, if you don't raise your nose properly, your nose become a bleeding ground for bacteria and viruses. So in order to get rid of all these bacteria and viruses in your nose, you need to raise your nose at least twice daily with warm water. And we are saying that you may not use tap water because tap water tend to contain harmful organisms. Okay, so let's talk about safety way to raise your nose at home. Or okay, what are the safety ways? So totally, nose raising can be very helpful, but only if it is done safely. Okay, done the wrong way, it can irritate your nose or really cause infection. So let's keep it simple and safe. When nasal raising is recommended, nasal raising, science, saline irrigation is usually helpful for stuffed nose. If your nose is blocked, you have sinuses, you have stuffed nose from cold or fluid, um, nasal raising, saline raising with normal saline irrigation is recommended if you have stuffed nose. If you have allergy, poly dust, sinus raising is also recommended. Okay, sinus congestion or pressure, um, raising your nose with normal saline irrigation is also recommended. You have this thick mucus, but bacteria love it. This thick mucus that's stiff in your nose, or you have a stiff nose, those mucus that build up. Oh, bacteria and virus love it because they try to feed on it. So irrigating your nose with normal saline is recommended. Okay, so you can or postnasal dip it's also recommended you irrigate your nose with normal saline. So dry nose from heater or dry air. Okay, it works by flushing out mucus, allergies, and irritant. Okay, irritate. Okay, so when should you not raise or be cautious? Avoid laser raising if you have a complete blocked nose. Nothing can flow through. You will need a physician to help you irrigate your nose. If you have a completely blocked nose, nothing can flow through. Remember, avoid nasal raising if you have a complete nose blocked. Nothing can flow through. Okay, please kindly subscribe and share. Okay, subscribe and share to this channel. You have frequent nose bleeding or a very irritated nasal lining. You should avoid raising your nose. Okay, recent nasal surgery unless doctor approve. If you have a recent nasal surgery, do not irrigate your nose. Doctor have to approve that, or doctor have to do it. Okay, you have ear pain, ear infection, or you have pressure problem, avoid nasal raising. Okay, and you have a severe facial pain with fever, this need evaluation first before you raise your nose. The safest way to do nasal raising at home, use only sterile or properly treated water. Sterile distinct water should be used at home. Okay, we said you should avoid using tap water because tap water, a lot of tap water contains a lot of organisms that might cause infection. So this is the most important rule: use only sterile or proper treated water to irrigate your nose or to erase your nose at home. Never use plain tap water. We've said that often and often before. Safe option: distilled water best. Still bottled water. Tap water boiled for 3 to 5 minutes, then cooled, can also be used. And water filter with a filtered label NXF 53 or NSF 54 can also be used. Tap water can contain rare organisms that are unsafe for sinuses. Okay, to use the right saline solution, you can buy premise saline package, which is the easiest way to go. If making your own, only with sterile water. 1 cup 250 ml still water, half teaspoon no iodine salt, half 1/4 teaspoon baking soda. This make it gentle and less stingy. Use a clean device. Common tools will be nectar pot, squeeze bottle, and bulb syringes. After each use, wash with soap and still water. Let it dry completely. Replace device regularly to avoid infection. Okay, so correct techniques: lean over a sink, tint hair slightly sideways, not backward, sideways. Gently pour or squeeze into one nostril. Let it flow out the other nose. Breathe through your mouth. Repeat on the other side. Do not forcefully blast water. Okay, frequency: safe. Tropical use once daily during congestion stroke allergy period. Up to 2 times daily for a short period. Too much raising can dry out nasal tissue. Okay, so possible side effects, usually mild, slight burning, often from wrong salt balance, ear fullness, mid irritation. Stop if you get strong pain, bleeding, worsening symptom. Okay, then seek medical care. Seek medical care if you have fever, sinus pain for more than 3 days. Thick green yellowish mucus lasting for more than 10 days. You have an infection. Nose bleeding that keep running. Stop immediately. Severe headache, swelling around eye. You need medical help immediately. Symptoms only on one side. You need medical help immediately. Quick question so I can tailor this system. So this as the easiest way to irrigate. These are the safest way to irrigate your nose. Okay, so do not forget we have much video on our YouTube channel that can help you to alleviate illnesses symptoms, because in Gateway 101 we places emphasis on prevention because we strongly believe that prevention is better than cure. We'll be back again tomorrow morning for more live broadcasts. For those of you who are just joining us, thank you so much. Please share and subscribe. The good Lord will continue to bless you. Until then, thanks from now. Thank you so much and God bless. Bye.